All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. What's happening? Good to see you. Live 365, June 4th. 4th? Yeah. Thursday. Bright and sunny here in the northern Maine town of Sherman. The Home Depot guys just dropped off a cabinet for us. Good stuff. Good morning, Ben Bryant. Funny. It's people are funny. A couple guys rolled in the truck. And I said, hey, if you drop that lift gate, you can set that right on the steps and slide it right in the house. He goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And the other guy came around the corner and they put the pallet jack out on the lift gate and dropped it right to the driveway and wheeled it 40 feet to the steps and then went back to the truck and got their straps, got all strapped up and lifted it up 3 steps and into the into the house. It's perfect. It's exactly what I was talking about. The one you bring in tomorrow weighs 400 pounds, so maybe they'll listen tomorrow. But, oh well, it's in. That's all I care about. So, good news. We got an excavator coming tomorrow to work on the backyard. Well, the excavator's coming today, so whether the machine's coming today. So, when the person operating it, I got a mosquito in here, comes either today or tomorrow. So, I did have a plumber drop off a truck once. So anyway, we'll see. Hopefully it'll go good. Morning, Rick. Morning, Dad. Good morning, Sherry. Ben Bryant. How are you, buddy? Kevin Hawthorne is in. Good to see you. I don't know if we left a window open last night or what, but we got some skeeters in here. Brian Payne. Good morning, buddy. Good to see you. What's happening? Lee Frisbee. Good morning. We got New York and all kinds of other states in here. So good to see you guys. If you haven't been here before, it's Live 365, where I just talk about personal development stuff, business development stuff. And right now I'm doing a 10-day series on just becoming the CEO, the true CEO of your company, thinking like a leader and doing the things that are going to allow you to not just grow, but also scale. And digging into some of the things like building people, right? Leaders build people, not just projects. Okay. I coach a lot of contractors and people in the trades, and I see them focused on building projects all the time. And that's what they think their job is, right? To build the projects, to build the jobs, the revenue, the systems, the company, right? I'm just doing my job. Good morning, Dave Saperko. Good to see you. Great CEOs understand something different. Okay. The greatest asset in your business isn't the equipment. It's not the CRM or the building or the bank account. It's the people. If you don't key in on that, you're going to be gone. Okay. It's the people. The quality of your business will never exceed the quality of the people leading it. And you can't be the only leader. So today we're going to talk about that biggest shift that owners must make, and that's to stop building the projects. Don't stop, but you got to stop building the people. Okay. Here's a question for you guys. If your top employee walked out today, think of who your top employee is, and it better not be you. If they walked out today, what would happen? Would things run smoothly? Would things continue to run at all? Good morning, Andrea Gooch. Good to see you. Or would your business immediately feel the impact? Now let's take it a step further. What if your top 3 people left? Would your system survive? Would your culture survive? Would your leadership survive? I don't know, right? Here's the reality. The future of your company is directly tied to the leaders you're developing right now. We talked about this yesterday. We got to work to develop people, okay? Because we can't do everything ourselves. Most business owners spend far more time building the projects than they do building the people, okay? It's a hard lesson. So some hard lessons for entrepreneurs, guys. Like most of us go into business because we're good at doing, right? Good at driving the nails or doing the plumbing or the HVAC or whatever it is. We were builders, we were doers, we were problem solvers, producers, operators, okay? The challenge is that leadership requires something completely different. And it may not be what you signed up for. You're like, I'm just going to work on my own. Well, you didn't realize you might have to develop some people someday. Good morning from Natchez. Elizabeth, good to see you. Yeah, leadership isn't about producing results through your effort. It's about producing results through other people. That's the real talent there, guys, okay? It's a very different skill set, okay? Like I had times when I did this well with Turner Builders, and I had some times when I didn't do it well at all. Right? I did the estimating, I sold the work. This is early on. My dad was working with me. He did a lot of all the office stuff. Good morning, Tyler Kirk. I managed the stuff in the field, solved the problems. Okay, but every success felt kind of directly tied to whatever I was doing out there in the field. Got some mosquitoes. Oh, shoot. Yeah, every success was like tied to whatever we were doing. Okay. And eventually I realized if the business was going to grow, I needed more people capable of making decisions without me. Didn't need to get, hey, we got to get Bob on the phone. We got to call Bob. What's going on? Not helpers, not followers, leaders. All right. There's a difference between helpers and leaders. Many owners will accidentally just build helpers. Okay. People who constantly ask, hey, what do you want me to do? How do we want to handle this? What should I do next? That's just dependence. Okay. That's just somebody depending on you. Yeah. I think I got him. Leadership development sounds different. Future leaders ask, here's what I think. Here's my recommendation. Here's how I plan to solve it. Big difference, okay? Then people that are more dependent will ask, like I said, what should I do next? I don't know. Where do we go from here? What's going on now? I'm done with that. What do I do now? Okay. Leaders are going to say, here's how I plan to solve it. Here's what I think. Okay. Guys, who was the person that helped shape you as a leader? Think about that for a minute. Probably it was a coach. Maybe it was a parent or a boss, a mentor. Okay. Somebody believed in you long before you fully believed in yourself. Okay. Now ask yourself, who are you doing that for? All right. We want to have a leadership multiplier. Okay. A great employee adds value. A great leader multiplies value. Think about that. Every leader that you develop solves problems, trains other people, right? Levels people up, protects the culture, right? That's not how we do it here. Creates consistency, increases capacity. Yeah. A dyslexic squirrel is my life inspiration, I think. Squirrel. Yeah. Like one great leader can impact dozens of people. Okay. That's leverage. That's scale. And that's the CEO thinking that I'm talking about. Okay. Like, why do you think owners avoid developing people? Well, nobody does it like I do, right? I mean, let's be honest. Developing people takes time, right? It's easier to just do it yourself. It's faster to I'll just solve the problem. I got this. I'll show it to you next week. It's just easier to give the answer than say, hey, gee, what do you think? And then bring somebody down the path to solving the problem on their own. But every time you do that, you rob someone else of the opportunity to grow. And we don't develop people. We don't develop leaders, okay? One of the hardest things I've learned as a coach is that growth often requires struggle, right? When a client calls me with a challenge and we're having our weekly or bi-weekly call, I can simply just tell them what to do, right? And sometimes I do that. But often I'll ask some questions. I'll just say, why? Because people will help support what they create, okay? So the goal isn't dependency, the goal is growth, okay? Leadership works the same way. And as a coach, ultimately, I'm trying to work myself out of a job if I'm a good coach, right? There's 3 questions every leader should ask. 1, what do you think? What do you think? This develops critical thinking, okay? Number 2, what options do you see, right? This develops ownership. Remember, people will get behind something they help create. And then, what do you recommend? So this develops decision making. So if Brian came to me with a question, hey, what do you think we ought to do? I'd say, well, Brian, what do you think we should do? What options do you see? Well, of that, what do you recommend? Boom, do that. All right. And we level Brian up. Brian walks away, and maybe next time Brian goes, you know what? Bob's got my back. I think I'm going to do this. Boom. And when you get it done, all of a sudden, someone's empowered to make some decisions. That's leverage. So the goal isn't for people to become dependent on your answers. The goal is for them to develop confidence in their own judgment. I've got several guys that I'm thinking of that I work with that have had this stuff happen, and that they just kind of gotten uncomfortable and unloaded some things and delegated. Okay. Um, and their business improved when their leadership expanded. It's not comfortable, guys, to let go of things, to give control to someone else. Um, it's frankly pretty scary. Okay. And it's not just working harder. All right. I had these lessons at good morning, Eddie McGuire. Good to see you. Jess Novak, how are you? Bubba Hogan's in from Florida. Is it hello from Flora? Oh, Flora, Mississippi, Missouri. MS is Missouri. That's Missouri. No, I don't know. It's not Michigan. I don't know. Anyway, good morning. So, guys, I spent time. I played sports in high school. I did a bunch of endurance sports in years past. Okay, I learned something interesting because I've worked with coaches. I've been a coach. Great coaches don't play the game. All right, they prepare the players. The coach doesn't take the field. He can't do it for you. The coach develops the people that do. All right, so business owners often forget this. You don't win because you do everything. You can't go out and take the at-bats. You win because you develop people who can. Okay, so a little succession test for you here today. Ask yourself this: if you disappeared for 30 days, who steps up? Who makes decisions? Who protects standards? Who leads meetings? Who solves problems? If the answer is nobody, then you've got some work to do, right? Mississippi. Thank you, Ben. Yeah, especially when you have a great reputation. Tough to trust your employees. Yeah, it is. 100%, Ben. I would get that sometimes where I would sell a job and get people going on it, and project manager would be there. He would call me and say, "Hey, are you coming over today?" And I'd be like, "Why? Why, you need me?" He goes, "Well, no, I don't need you, but the owner keeps asking if you're coming today." Okay, so I hadn't done a good job of handing things off and developing that doing that transfer of trust. Okay, so I worked harder at that so that I would prepare people for that and let them know, hey, from here, so-and-so is going to take this. You're in great hands. I'll be checking in, I'll be over here once a week or whatever it was. Okay, the real job of a CEO, guys, think about it. A technician produces, a manager coordinates, a leader develops, and a CEO creates leaders. You build people. That's what you do. All right? The CEO creates leaders. And if you're afraid to hire somebody that you think is smarter than you or better than you at something, then you're missing the boat. Okay? Here's a quote, another quote Bubba will take credit for. The greatest legacy you'll leave in business isn't what you built, it's who you built. Okay? I like that one. So here's another little piece of homework. I've been giving you guys homework all week. Maybe because I used to hate it, I guess. So Paul, repeat what? The quote, the greatest legacy you'll leave in business isn't what you've built, it's who you built. Okay? Ben says, I've been having so many previous years clients asking for me on the phone and not wanting to talk to anyone else. Yeah, that's tough. But like I have no idea what's going on. Why you want to talk to me? Maybe Bubba can help you with that, right? Because I know Bubba did the same thing, built his business, and now he's got other people doing some things. So maybe there's a way to work through that. Certainly, it's just awareness, right? And letting them know that, and also it's performance, right? The guy that's handling that, guy or girl that's handling that is going to do a kick-ass job, right? Maybe even better than you. Matt Blood, good morning, buddy. Guilty of being a wrong type of CEO, chief everything officer. Yeah, exactly. Shoot. Yeah. Let me see. Technician produces, a manager coordinates, a leader develops, and a CEO creates leaders, Paul. I think that's what you were looking for me. Yeah, Brian, 1 or 2 bad Google reviews can be quite a mess. Yeah. Just bury them with good ones, man. And make sure you respond to the good and the bad, is what I've been told. So, hey, what would happen if you just identified one person on your team? Just one. Someone with potential, someone that's hungry. You know who they are. You're probably already thinking of them. Someone capable. And over in the next 30 days, invest intentionally into them. Meet with them, coach them, challenge them, develop them. Watch what happens. Okay, and that should motivate you to do that with all of your staff and everybody. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've got some people that just show up and punch a clock and they don't want to grow. And to some degree, a company needs some soldiers, right? But you guys have those people. Find them, develop them, pour into them. That's where you want to spend your time. Okay. So today, ask yourself, who on my team is better because of me? Not because they work for me, because I've invested intentionally in them. All right. Because leadership isn't measured by what you accomplish. It's measured by what continues after you're gone, that legacy that you leave. Okay. Projects end, jobs finish, revenue gets spent. Okay. But people carry what you've poured into them for years. That's leadership. That's impact. That's legacy. One of the things I'm most proud of with the years I had a contracting company is what the best guy that ever worked for me was able to do. Brought him into a building company, leveled him up to a project manager. He's driving a company truck, making twice what he ever made as a framer before he started working with me. And he's now in his coming on mid-60s, looking at retirement, but he's using his head instead of his hands for the last 5 or 6 or 8 years of his working life. And that's because I said, listen, Mark, you got to do this. You've forgotten more than most people know about construction. It's time. You're beat up. You're banged up. Let's get you into this role. And he went kicking and screaming, but he went. And I think if you talked with him today, he would say that was probably one of the more pivotal moments of his career. So I'm pretty proud of that. Proud to have had a hand in that. And that's the kind of impact you can have as a CEO and as a leader. Good morning, Bill Hillstrom. Yeah, exactly. So, hey, Brian, thanks for coming. I appreciate seeing you. Guys, Brian, I went to high school with Brian. So Matt Blood, good to see you in the comments here. Bill Hillstrom and all you guys. The excavator called me. So I'm just reading a text from him now. Looks like he's going to be here within the hour, which is awesome news. I'm excited about that. So we'll get the bug nets out and I'll go out and tell him how to operate the excavator because I know absolutely nothing about that. I'll be that guy. So anyway, good to see some of you guys today. Yeah, it's energizing for me. I appreciate it. Thank you all for jumping in. It's going to be a busy day here. We've got coaching calls and excavation going on out back. Cabinets coming in the front door. And Wendy's power washing and doing a whole bunch of things and being a straight savage. If you didn't see the reel I posted this morning, check it out. It's kind of funny of all the things that, we look back 6 or 7 weeks and go, wow, we've done a lot. And I just actually focused on the pictures and the videos I've taken of her so far. Not all of them, but a bunch of them. And man, we've just done some work. And there's as much left to do as we've done, or maybe even more. So anyway, we're in a good spot. We're loving it, living our best life up here in Sherman, Maine. Guys, come back tomorrow, 8 a.m. If you'd like this, share it out, please. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about one of the fastest ways to stall growth in business, and that's hesitation, okay? We're going to talk about making some decisions and getting the heck out of the way in your business, all right? Guys, I appreciate you. I love you all. Thanks for coming, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Take care.